Hey guys, so I think my most popular videos, actually outside of my IUD video, that video was super popular, super excited. Shouts out to like the 15,000 views I got on that. It's probably more than that by now. But outside of that, my most popular videos are definitely my military videos. I think that's kind of where I started with YouTube. I was just in the car and I was like, you know what? No one gave me information when I joined. I had to figure everything out on my own. And that's where this entire journey of just sharing my experience and sharing just the things I've been through with my viewers and YouTube family kind of began. So I've been getting a lot of emails again. It's like another influx of emails. Lots of moms who are looking to join, and they're really like scared. It's super scary. It's different. And I just want to talk about momming in the military. So momming in the military. So if you're interested, just keep watching. You could be a mom that's thinking about joining the military, a mom in the military. You could be a grandma that has a daughter that's or a child, doesn't have to be gender specific, that's thinking about joining the military. Like honestly, this is for anyone who just wants a little bit more information about like what is it really like being a mom in the military. Oh, is my thing crooked or is it just me? I don't know. So stay tuned. So guys, next month we'll make 5 years in the military. Don't mind that. That really bugs me out. But 5 years in the military. So when I joined March 17th, 2014. Crazy. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, 5 years. So my kids' birthdays are actually right around there. So I left like a few days after one of my kids' birthday, and then my other son, I missed his birthday. Like, it's crazy. I was gone to training, but it's honestly the best decision I ever did. Like, I was so nervous, but I joined because, for one, I really wanted to get into the medical field. And if you guys follow me, you know that's kind of happened. You know, I'm a paramedic. I was able to go to all these different schools and training. If you follow me on Instagram, which you should, you see I'm always training soldiers to do medicine, and like that's my jam. Like that's what I do. So I'm like, man, you know, that came true. I never was like I want to be, well, I used to want to be a doctor, but that's kind of gone. The more I learned about medicine, the more I'm like, no, I don't think a doctor is for me. I like to be in there hands-on doing stuff. So nursing is kind of, you know, I'm thinking about it, but I love being a paramedic. I really, really do. I love trauma. I love getting my hands out there, getting dirty. I love military medicine as far as being a medic. Because I just put my hands in wounds and just out there, and it's a rush, I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of mad that I have to sit on the sidelines now that I'm preggers, but we're almost done. We got 13 weeks left, and then little baby girl will be here, and I can play again. But, you know, I joined because, not because I wanted stability, not because I wanted, you know, a different lifestyle, not because I thought Uncle Sam was going to save me, but I joined because I wanted to get in medicine, and I knew that the Army would train me for the job that I wanted to do. Right? Simple as that. I did join because I was tired of starting over. So I knew that it was a contract. And I knew that even if I left a job, started a job, left a job, started a job, I would always have that stability. I was always the type of person who, you know, would have a job and be able to take care of my kids, even if it was a job I hated. Like, I would just take it to take care of me and my family. So that wasn't necessarily it, but I wanted that. I was tired of starting over. Like, just done. Like, over starting over. Like, I was done with it. You know, I was over training and learning new things and learning new people and how y'all want me to dress and how y'all want me to act and all this. I just wanted something where I knew that I would just be able to grow and develop in. And that's the other reason why I joined the military, because you have a contract, like you sign, like they can't get rid of you, you can't get rid of them, like y'all married. So that's the second reason why I joined. And it was a really hard decision for me, but honestly, once I made the decision, once I was like, I'm gonna join, I did. Like, there was no stopping me. Like, there was nothing anyone could say that would make me not want to do it. I knew I was going to do it, and I'm really appreciative that my family, like, they didn't understand, but they were supportive, and now they're proud. So a lot of people are like, well, my family doesn't want me to do it, or they don't support me. And I mean, I get it. My family didn't understand it at all. But once they see you starting to go through the process and doing what it takes and working out and eating right and studying for the test, I'm like, you know what, she's serious. Like, let me support her. Let me be that shoulder to lean on for her, because this is tough. And a lot of people are scared about deployments. I don't know why I did air quotes, because it's not a fake thing. It's a real thing, deployments. And my mom was like really surprised. So I was talking to her about re-enlisting, and she said something about deployments. And I said, Mom, that's part of my job. If I deploy, I deploy. That's my job. My job is to be there when they need me. My job is to keep as many people as I can in a fight. Like, my job is to help save lives. My job is to make sure people come home. So if I get deployed, it's okay. It's part of my job. And she was like, you're not scared to deploy? And I'm like, no, it's part of my job. So you have to go in knowing that it's part of your job. And I think from the outside looking in, when you're trying to get in the military, you're like, oh, I don't know, I'm scared. But as they breed you, because they do, you drink the Kool-Aid. So as they kind of develop you and you get this discipline and you become militaryized. Yeah, that's the word. All those doubts and fears kind of go out the window. There's still some people that are scared to deploy, and I'm pretty sure that when my number is called, I'm gonna be nervous, but I'm not gonna be nervous to the point where it hinders me from accepting my responsibility and taking my turn. So, you know, that's part of the game. So if you're super duper terrified that maybe one day you might get deployed, you might want to stay a civilian. But that's neither here nor there. That's like 8 minutes, and I ain't talking about being a mom. Yes. So many people ask me questions about, like, will I be able to see my kids? And yes. Once you're done with training, military life is regular life. I go to work. I come home, I cook dinner. Before I was married, I was a single parent. I was a single parent for 4 years out of my 5 years in the military. Like, honestly, like, this whole partnership thing is totally new to me. I mean, it's great, but it's totally new to me. So my routine was get up, get the kids ready, take my son to daycare, go to work, do whatever I had to do at work all day. I was in the line unit, so I was there to about 5:15, 5:30. Only reason I got to leave a little bit early was because I had to be at daycare by 6. Leave post in traffic with everyone else that's getting off at 5:15, 5:30. Pick up my kid from daycare, go home, start dinner, cook, feed them, feed myself, clean all of our booties. Maybe we might watch a movie. Everybody going to bed, because we're getting up the next morning and doing it again. Crickets. That was my life for years. I mean, years on end. So it's doable. Is it the best life? I don't know. It depends on what you think is the best life. Like, honestly, you get family time. You get, you know, a couple times a week, well, at least once a week off early. There's that burp every video. You get at least once a week off early. You get time off, you know, 4 days and 3 days, holiday times and whatever. You get time with your family. You have to use your time wisely. But it was me being able to do what I needed to do for me and my kids and my family. You know, because I decided to be a good soldier, I was offered so many opportunities. The only time people really hate the military or want to get out is because they did something. They did something, got in trouble, and because of that, they don't like the military anymore. But it's not anything that the military did to them. If you go and you do what you're supposed to do, then you can have an amazing, fruitful life and just supply everything that you need for you and your family. Like, there's so many different days, like during different holidays, we have different events. There's so many different things for the kids. It's so easy to mom in the military. Like, the hardest thing is getting out of your mindset, like, okay, this is hard for me. I don't really want to do this. I'm scared of being deployed. I don't want to leave my kids. So when I went to basic training, I was gone for 5 months, 7 months. 2 months for basic, 5 months for training. It should have been 4, but I was a holdover, so I earned the extra month. But it was okay. I had a baby. I think my son was like maybe 2. Yeah, he's 7 now. So I think he was about to turn 3 because he's about to turn 8 in a couple weeks. So yeah, like, I had a little toddler and I had like an elementary school student. And when I came back, my son was a little resentful. He was tight. You know, my 7-year-old, he's about 10 at the time. He was like, Ma, like, everybody else had their mom and I didn't have my mom. I ain't like it. You know, and I understood that, but I also understood what I needed to do for them and what I needed to do for the future that I wanted to provide for them. And for me, in providing a future for my children, it is me reaching my goals. I'm sorry. Like, I see so many moms give up who they wanted to be before they had kids, once they have kids, and you completely lose your identity. And I refuse to do that. Like, I did that for so long. I worked in banking, I worked in management, like, I worked in finance, I worked in all these different jobs, and I was good at it. You know, I'll just talk to people and get them to buy stuff and whatever. And people would fuss me out on the phone when they ain't want to pay their bill, and I'd be like, okay, are you done? So when you coming in to pay? But I didn't want to do that forever. That wasn't goals for me. Goals for me was saving lives, was for learning medicine, was learning how the body functions. So that was goals for me, and that's why I decided to make that leap of faith. And my kids had to go with me. And I realized that me doing what's best for me is also doing what's best for them. And it's doing what's best for them because if I'm happy and healthy and whole, then they will too be. They'll have a nice house. They'll have good vibes. You know, I'll be the best mom I can be because I'm happy with who I am as a person. And that's necessary. So, yes, you can mom in the military. You just kind of got to get over the fear. I think that's honestly the hardest thing. Like, I don't want to leave my kids. It's okay. I left my kids. I left with my mom. My mom spoils them rotten, and they probably, you know, had the best time of their life those 7 months. But at the end of the day, they were taken care of. I know they were fed. I know they were happy and healthy. I would send money for them for clothes and food and whatever else they needed. I would help her because she was supporting my children and my dreams. So I would send money, but I had to stay in the mindset of I'm doing this for us. I'm doing this for them. So as stuff got harder, like, honestly, people keep telling me, like, oh, I'm surprised you're in the military. Like, you wasn't the military type. And I'm like, you know what? I wasn't. You know, I dated a guy that was in the military when I was super young, when I was 19. And I mean, the thought didn't even cross my mind. And now, years later, I'm like, oh, damn, I should have joined back then. You know, I would have mad years under my belt, like 13 instead of 5. But everything happens for a reason. But when I was gone, I wrote my son all the time. He wrote me back. He was able to write, and I FaceTimed them. Well, no, I don't think there was FaceTime back then, but I called them. you know, when I was able to, I went to old school basic training, so I only had my phone like once a week on Sunday for like 15 minutes, like you was in jail. But it made it worth it. But I wrote letters, you know, and then when I saw them, it was just like everything, and I felt so proud to be their mom in that moment. And it's so nice now because for a long time my son didn't, especially my younger son, he didn't really have a male role model. So for him to be like, who's your role model, or who do you look up to, or who's your hero, and for him to put on military gear and go to school that way, or even, you know, as a woman, you're trying to see how I'm gonna. So as a mom, I don't want my son walking around in my shoes. Like, I don't want my 7-year-old put my heels on. It's a problem for me. Maybe not for everybody, but for me, I'm not into it. So because I'm a soldier though, I have caught him walking around in my boots, and that's okay because it's totally different. It allows you to be their mom and their hero at the same time, because it's not a girly thing. You're a soldier. There's so many times my kids are like, Mom, you're not a girl, you're a soldier. And I'm like, but I'm your mom. So it's doable. Like, I don't know. Every situation is unique. And there's so many people who are like, well, I'm going to have to sign my kids over. Well, first of all, I always say, well, first of all, if you're young enough, try the Air Force. Study, baby. Study, 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 and get a good grade on that test. Get out, Andre. I hear your music. My kids are stalkers. Get a good grade on the ASVAB, and then you have the Air Force as an option, because as of right now, they're taking single parents. All you need is someone to watch your babies while you're away at training. So I always push for that. If people come to me and they're like, hey, you know, I'm thinking of joining, I'm like, look, I'm in the Army, but you need to join the Air Force, because it's just a little bit easier world over there. And they got with the program. They understand single parents need love too. So, but I mean, if not, if the Army is, you know, what you're looking to join or whatever, for whatever reason, you have to sign your kids over, it's okay. It's okay. You know, someone asked me recently, how often would I be able to see my kid? I'm like, dude, like, you got a regular life. If you luck up and get stationed close to home like I am, you can see them whenever you want. Or maybe your family wants to come where you are. Like, you're still going to get paid. So maybe if your mom or grandmom or whoever keeps your kids, maybe you guys can get an apartment and split the rent. Your pay isn't going to reflect the fact that your kids are there. But if you're splitting the rent with somebody, it's way cheaper. You know, people do it all the time. So you can do that. Like, there's nothing holding you back from saying that your kids can't be involved in your life, or you can't have your kids close to you. You just got to think outside the box. So I don't know. I feel like I'm just rambling and ranting. I just want people to know that if I can do it, you can do it. I absolutely figured out a way to be successful and to follow my dreams. And momming in the military is absolutely doable. It is. You lean on the community around you. I have found some amazing friends. I'm so antisocial, but I have like a handful of amazing friends who I trust with my life, I trust with my children, who actually have stepped up for me in so many different ways, and I them. Like, honestly, it's like amazing to just have a community of people where it's like, dang, you know what? This is family. And that's where you're going to find, wherever you go, just people who are really willing and able to help you out with you and your kitties and all of that good jazz. Like, you got to think outside the box, but it's doable. Momming in the military is doable. It's doable. It's so doable. And I love being a mom in the military. Pregnancy in the military is totally different. But momming in the military, it's doable. So hopefully this helps someone, or you guys like this video. Please like and subscribe. And until next time, bye. Oh, y'all want some baby shots? Oh, y'all want some belly shots? Y'all want some belly shots? She's so big, y'all. Ooh, there go y'all baby. Whole 27 weeks. 13 weeks. Y'all counting? 1, 3. Peace.